Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video all about our honeymoon and the resort we stayed at, and a little bit of a review and just an overall look at the place we stayed and everything that we did. So I'm excited to film this video because we absolutely had the best honeymoon ever. Literally there's like no complaints. I can't even think of anything negative to say because everything was just perfect and exactly what we were hoping for and looking for. So hopefully this video is helpful if you are looking into places to honeymoon or just curious about this resort in general. We did stay at the Excellence El Carmen in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So this was an all-inclusive resort, which we knew we wanted to do for our honeymoon. It was just so nice having everything included in such a beautiful place and a beautiful resort. So spoiler alert, highly recommend. 10 out of 10, we couldn't have been happier. So I'm gonna go through kind of like a list of things to go over about the resort and kind of our experience and different things I know I might have wanted to know when I was looking into resorts. And I'm sure I'll have photos and videos included and overlaid as well. So I'm basically gonna go over our room, the restaurants, things to do, just the overall experience of the resort and all of the little details. So given the location, we did fly into the Punta Cana airport. We flew in on February 20th and left on February 26th. Our wedding was the 19th, so we left the day after, that Sunday, and we stayed until that Saturday. I think it was a Saturday. So definitely felt like a perfect amount of time. Of course, we were so sad to leave by the end of it, but it felt like a good amount of vacation. It wasn't like it was too rushed. Being there for a week was really the best decision for us, and I highly recommend it for your honeymoon. Right when we got back, I already wanted to go back to the resort, and even to this day, I already want to visit one day again because it was just so amazing and we made so many great memories. So again, we stayed at the Excellence El Carmen, and I'm gonna go into the exact room that we had. We had the Excellence Club Beachfront Honeymoon 2-story rooftop terrace suite with plunge pool, and I'm pretty sure I looked on the website recently to see if that was still the accurate name, and I think it is. I'll also link exactly to the room we selected because I know when you're looking through it, it kind of gets confusing about all the different types of honeymoon suites, and there's multiple that are terraces or 2-story. So this is the exact one that we got, and it was amazing. I'm sure it was the best option and kind of the nicest room you could get. Of course, we looked at all of the options to still kind of be on a budget and figure out what the best deal was. And I do first want to say that I searched high and low a bunch of different resorts across DR, Mexico, Jamaica, any other tropical location, because we weren't necessarily set on the Dominican Republic. But when we found this resort, that kind of helped make our decision, and it was so amazing. So overall, out of a bunch of resorts we looked at, this was definitely the best value, the best deal, and looking back, I'm so glad we made this choice. So that was the room we got, and it was really cool. When you walked in the room, it's kind of like you have the bathroom to the side, and then you walk into the bed, the living room, and bedroom kind of together. I think there's somewhat of a partition, but we obviously just left it open. And then you have the TV, your mini bar. What's so cool about this room is that you get your own multiple kind of private pool areas. So that's something I really liked about it. A lot of the ones I was looking at had either the swim up, and that's something too, is they had a lot of junior suites, or the ones with the swim ups are usually connected to other people. So it's you're sharing a pool. None of it was fully private. So this is the only resort that I found really offered this for a pretty affordable price. So basically on the first level, which is actually, you're on top of another suite. So you're on top of what I think is the Excellence Club swim ups. It's basically at the very end of the resort. There was a long line across the beach. It's beachfront too. Not all of the rooms were. So this is basically where it's the swim up suites are on the bottom, and then what we had is above that. So you're stacked on top of people, but we never even really noticed, or it never caused any issue. So we weren't on the ground floor, but we had a 2-story suite above someone else. Again, these were the only ones that were beachfront. The rest is the resort just kind of shoots straight back, and they're staggered, so you still get an ocean view, but you are kind of going like this, if I remember correctly. All in a row. So we were kind of separated from that in our own little section, and it was super nice and private, and I loved being at the very end of the resort right on the beach. I'm kind of jumping around everywhere, but as I was saying, the first floor of our room, it almost had a jacuzzi bathtub that was in and out of the room kind of thing. It might have actually been closed in with glass, I can't remember, but it's a tub that basically looks right onto the water, so pretty and super private still. So we had that as kind of a bathtub in the room, and then it's right next to a little day bed. So that was really nice because we had that to kind of lay out in the mornings, and a little balcony where we had breakfast. So all of that end of the area is kind of together, so you can be in the bath or lay on the little bed and you're right on your balcony and looking out into the beach. And then you head up the stairs and you have a 2-deck kind of situation with a full private pool and a lounge bed towards the end that is looking right onto the beach. So your pool is kind of set back, so super private. There's like walls on each side, even though you are next to people. I don't even remember ever feeling like there was anyone next to us at all, if anyone was even staying in those rooms. But it's still definitely really closed off. I think there's the shower and then a pretty good sized pool for just the two of you. And of course the bed at the end was really nice, especially at night. If we were coming back to the room, we kind of laid up there towards the end of the night. So it was so amazing. I wish I could go back. Just talking about it, it was the perfect room. I'm so glad we found it, and I think that it had so many great things to offer. So back to when we arrived at the airport, we were picked up by a transfer that was included with our stay. So we had someone pick us up from the airport and take us back to the airport. So that was really nice, especially being, of course, unfamiliar. We've never been there. Just having someone to take us directly to the airport. We didn't have to worry about an Uber or anything. That was super nice. They had like Dominican beer when we got in the car, and John definitely had some, but that was just kind of cool. And seeing all of the kind of local spots as we drove through, and the guy was super nice, and he told us about all of the things we were seeing and kind of explaining the culture. So that was really awesome upon first arrival. I remember we got to the resort and they pulled up, took our bags, they gave us champagne, and they had us go check in with like the concierge. They did make us download an app, which I actually should try and get that back on my phone. I've deleted it since then, but I kind of walk through it and it shows like all the different things that you can do, all the activities, the restaurants. It has everything you can need on there. I'm pretty sure like the room service menus and stuff was on that as well. So everything is just right there on the app, which was really convenient, and I know we were looking at it like the whole time. So from the get-go, everyone was so welcoming. The staff was extremely nice, and we really got to know and remember some of the people, so that was always fun. It was kind of like a cruise. But I do want to go ahead and dive into the restaurants we ate at, because of course that was one of my favorite parts. The food was so amazing. I really did enjoy a lot of the food we had. I think everything was super good, and just being all inclusive, and that's just fun to be able to pick kind of whatever you want. But they did still offer good varieties in a couple different spots. We didn't go to every single restaurant, but these were the ones that we did go to. I just have them listed out. So Agave was the Mexican restaurant, and I think we ate there like one of the last nights, if not the last night. Which was good. I know some of them did have like wait times. I think this was the only one we kind of had to wait at for a little bit, which was, I think, one of the only times. Every other place we were kind of able to just go whenever, and it was not an issue. And I can't remember what I ate, but super good Mexican food. Ches Isabel was where we went on the first night. I might think that this was the best food we had at all. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the first thing we had, but it's like French kind of cuisine, and I got a fish. I think it was mahi maybe. And John might have got some kind of beef dish, but I don't know, just the way it was prepared and the taste of it was so good, and I always think that was like one of my favorites. The restaurant itself was really pretty too. It had like a wine cellar kind of like behind us. And one thing about the wine is they have kind of like their house red or white, I'm pretty sure, which is included in the all-inclusive, and then you can get like other bottles or reserves that I think are more. But other than that, all food, all drinks are included, so didn't have to worry about that at all. Oregano is the Italian restaurant, and we went there a few times, whether that be for lunch or dinner, and super good. Of course, we'd always get like pasta, but they had different options. Maybe we got like bruschetta or something one time, and some appetizers. Really yummy. And what's cool is that this was actually down at the end of the beach with the Lobster House, which is the next one I wanted to talk about. Which was all seafood. That's also one of my favorites, I think. They just had a really good like small plate, so that was good for like a lunch spot. And then I think our last, actually yeah, this was the last night we ate at the Lobster House for dinner. And I got salmon, I think, and John might have got lobster and something else. So amazing food. I love seafood, so I was very satisfied with that. And yeah, for lunch we had like, they had some more like casual options, and they switch up the menus between day and night. So that Mexican restaurant and the French restaurant were kind of like towards the lobby, the main area. All the buildings in the front are kind of together. And then the two restaurants down closer to the beach were the Italian and the seafood restaurant. And those were connected literally right on the water, so you can just walk up from the pool. It's actually kind of inset into the pool, and then there's like a bar underneath that. So a really great spot. Everything never felt far away. We could kind of walk anywhere on the resort property, and everything was pretty close. Spice was like Asian food, and we did like a hibachi dinner one night where they like cook in front of you and stuff. So that, I think we had to have a reservation. They might have required it if I remember correctly. But we went in another time and just sat down for sushi, just regular. So that was also really good because we love that kind of food. It was really fun to be able to sit with other people, and we kind of had fun at doing that, and the chef was really cool. So it was also a fun experience aside from just having a really good dinner. And Aroma was the little cafe we would go to for coffee and like pastries and donut breakfast kind of things. It was super cute. The coffee was really good. I think I got an iced cappuccino like every day. It was just so good. Once I had it, I kept ordering it. And I think I got like a croissant or something. So that was good for like little snacks or something for breakfast. But we did get room service a lot for breakfast. And the room service was actually really great. Sometimes it took a little bit. That's one thing, is that you want to like be able to call ahead if you can, as much in advance as you need to. I remember the first night, that's actually the one only negative I think, is we got there pretty late. I think we flew in mid-afternoon maybe. I don't know. I ended up feeling really late by the time we got there. So we were like wanting dinner and we just wanted to do room service because we were so tired and just come in, and it took like hours. I remember I don't know what was going on. We like fell asleep and it still wasn't there, but that was fine. That was just kind of the first night settling in. And then every morning we'd kind of just wake up early and like call the room service and then go back to sleep and then wake up and eat breakfast. So that was amazing. I loved having breakfast out on our little balcony. We got like chocolate chip waffles and eggs, bacon. They would do anything that you really wanted. Talking about all this is making me so sad because I want to just relive it. It was seriously the perfect week, perfect honeymoon. And it was so great. And last like restaurant kind of thing, down actually on the beach, I think it was Las Olas, was the like kind of cafeteria style. They just had like different foods every day for lunch, like super casual. You just go in your bathing suit, and it seemed like they had a lot more like Dominican kind of food, which was really good. And also just like pizza, like regular salads and stuff. So it was nice and convenient down by the beach, and also really yummy. One thing I want to touch on is the fact that we had an Excellence Club room. I'm pretty sure they're divided between just like regular suites and Excellence Club. And I think it just so happened the room we wanted had to be Excellence Club. That was like the only version they offered. But I think they had kind of like different ones for the different rooms. But I do recommend getting that for sure. And it was really cool because we had our own like private section on the beach, waitresses, and I think they might have had waitresses throughout the beach, but we had like our own separate area with like towel service, and it was really nice. And just having all those extra features. There were a couple things that I didn't realize were Excellence Club looking back, but now I know that that was part of that. So I just looked up on the website, and I forgot we did have like a private restaurant that we actually didn't visit, but that's like exclusive to the Excellence Club people. We had the private beach area. Oh, the Bulgari toiletries. That was so nice. I literally saved some of the soaps just so I can like have the smell and like remember that. So really elevated and fancy. And I read that the Nespresso machine that we had was apparently part of the Excellence Club. I didn't know. I was thinking everyone had one, but that was also one of my favorite parts. It was so great because I'd have it in the morning with our room service breakfast, and then we'd have our beach day. We'd go out to the pool, be out all day before we'd come back and get ready for dinner. So whenever we take a shower and start getting ready, I'd always have an espresso. So it was so good and just something I remember doing. It says we had an upgraded mini bar, upgraded room service menu, upgraded in-suite liquor. So yeah, we did get a ton of alcohol bottles. Like literally we had the mini bar, which had like juices and snacks that they restocked every day. But we had like 4 handles of like different, it was like rum, vodka, gin maybe. And we didn't even use them. We were just out at the bars kind of getting drinks the whole time. We never really drank in the room, so those kind of didn't get used, but the fact that we got all those was like super cool. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth it. I don't remember the price difference between some of the ones that were and were not. I'm sure you can still have a really nice stay without it, but those were just some of the extras that we got being part of the Excellence Club. And walking through like the main lobby, they had a little like information desk where I think it was just people obviously selling tours and excursions like outside of the resort. So we didn't do anything outside of the resort, but they did have a schedule of activities every day and different things to do, which was also on the app. So one thing we did was like a bike tour. It was like a morning thing that we met with some of the people at the resort, and we had like a tour guide, and we biked outside of the resort and into like surrounding areas. We went down on the beach. So it was really fun. I know another activity we did was like 8 a.m. yoga one day, which was nice. So I really recommend it, taking advantage of all the different things they had. I think they had different like dance events or like sport kind of things, but those were some of the ones I remember we did. Going back to like the main lobby kind of area, they did have a lot of different things in there. There was like a gift shop where we ended up having to buy sunscreen because we didn't bring any. And it's really funny because we joke now that it was $70 like US dollars, so they're obviously hiking up the prices a little bit. If you have to buy something there, it's going to be a little more expensive. They also had like a cigar shop. I think John ended up buying cigars from there, and he also bought some on the beach. So there's people going up and down kind of like selling things again. I'm trying to think of other things. In the main area, they had their spa, which was actually really cool. We got a complimentary, I think it was like a hydro massage like treatment kind of thing. So it was all like water based. Basically we went and did different things that were kind of like hydrotherapy. It was like a sauna and like water massage. So that was really cool and really nice that we got that included. I think that's with any stay, not just the Excellence Club. And I actually just remembered we did this. They gave us like a discount to come back for another service. So that's when we did like a couples massage afterwards, which was amazing. Oh my gosh. And the spa was beautiful. The outdoor like water part, the pool area, was like overlooking all of the mountains and trees, and it was just like seriously an oasis. I want to go back all the time. But for nighttime, the main kind of lobby area was definitely the place to be. They had I think it was called Martini, like the bar there was the Martini bar, which we were there pretty much every night. And I kept getting espresso martinis, which was really good. So it was nice because we'd go and get a drink there, and then we'd go outside to watch whatever like show or performance they were having. That's another thing they had listed on the app, is like what they would be showing. So again, kind of like a cruise, they had like a little theater, and then every night there was a performance, which was really fun. After the performance, there was usually like a band or some kind of live music kind of outside that area, which we'd usually stay for too. They had like pool tables out there and just different things to kind of hang out. And multiple kind of like bars scattered around. I think one night there was like a silent disco maybe that we didn't do, but we were like watching people, and it was really funny. But it was really just nice to walk around the resort, especially at night when it was a little more quiet, kind of like away from the big like hub area. So just the whole place was beautiful, and day or night there's always something to do. So those were some of the main items I wanted to touch on. I'm probably forgetting a lot, but that was an overall look at the resort. A lot of the things we did. I'm like looking at my photo album to see if I'm missing anything of things to mention. Also, of course, down by the beach there's a couple bars, so we had like pina coladas and the coconuts and everything, and all the bartenders were always really nice and fun. The beach was never super crowded. I mean, we did go in February, so maybe that's kind of like an off season, but it was nice again having that kind of separate area, and we always had a chair, umbrellas, towels ready for us there and at the pool. But looking back, I don't think there's much I was missing. Again, just our room was a dream, and having that upstairs like terrace was so pretty, especially at sunset. We took some really cute pictures and stuff. So it was just so amazing, and being able to have such fun days at the beach and pool, and then get dressed up and go to nice dinners, and it was just so amazing, and the resort was awesome and had all these amazing things to offer. So I do think that was everything about Excellence El Carmen that I wanted to talk about. Again, I totally recommend it and want to go back first chance I get. Feel free to ask me any further questions about the resort or anything I might be missing, but I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.